Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the very second chapter of class 11 history book, Writing and the City Life. Actually, it is related with the Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamia means the land between two rivers, Euphrates and Tigris. And this Mesopotamia has modern name Iraq. This place is uh, interesting for European also because it has been mentioned in their Old Testament, and that is why Europeans look towards Mesopotamia as their ancestral land. And so many excavations, archaeology happened. And fortunately, their script has been deciphered. If we compare to the contemporary civilization of India, that was Harappa, whose uh, script has not been deciphered so far. So let us start with the topic Mesopotamia and its geography. If we look towards the geography landscape of Mesopotamia, we will find that it has diverse environment. How? First, it has in the northeast side, you will find undulating plains where the tree is covered on the mountains, and this region has enough rainfall to grow the crops, where agriculture began in this place around 7000 to 6000 BC. Now the second one, in the north, if you look towards the north, there is a stretch of upland called steppe, a grassland, which provided a good grazing ground for rearing of animals. Here, uh, pastoralism became the occupations to the people. If we look towards the east, we find the tributaries of river Tigris, which provide routes of communication to the mountains of Iran, because east of Iraq is Iran. And if we look towards the south, it is the desert area. Although it is desert, but this is the place where the first cities and the writing emerged. As per the topic, writing and city life, this writing and emergence of city happened in this desert area. Now the question is why? Because here the river Euphrates and Tigris provided the fertile silt to their channel, and that is why the region was fertile. Now the next one, if we look towards the city, urbanism, urbanism, significance of urbanism in Mesopotamia. We know if we look towards cities and towns, they are places with large populations, because we know in the cities most of the economies are not dependent upon uh, agriculture, non-agriculture activities, means they are involved in other than food productions. The second, this urban economies, this comprises, besides the food productions, trade, manufactures and service sectors. Here the city people were not self-sufficient. For example, they have to dependent on the food supply from the rural areas and other services from the other city or the villages. So we cannot say that the people of uh, towns of Mesopotamia were self-sufficient. Next, the division of labor. Here, the as per the modern places, modern towns and cities, the division of labor was also clear. वहाँ काम का बंटवारा स्पष्ट था, मैं किसको क्या काम करना है, इट हैज बीन क्लियरली मार्क्ड. So this division of labor is a marked feature of urban life of any time, whether at that time or present time. At the same time, there must be a social organization. कोई social organization होगा जो different activities में coordinate करता होगा. जैसे ट्रेड हो रहा है तो ट्रेड में कोऑर्डिनेट करना, अगर फूड शॉर्टेज है तो फूड का सप्लाई इंश्योर करना. सो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगा, एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बॉडी होगी, और उस सिस्टम में कुछ पीपल होंगे जो कमांड देते होंगे, यानी कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर होंगे, और बाकी लोग उसको ओबे करते होंगे. और वी नो ये जो ये व्यवस्था है, चाहे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हो या इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज हो, दैट रिक्वायर्ड रिटन रिकॉर्ड्स, and that is why this necessity led to the beginning of writing. At the same time, the Mesopotamians were self-sufficient in foods and textile, but they were dependent on others for stones, for wood, for metals, and at that time the waterways was the most efficient and cheapest mode of transportation to the people of Mesopotamia. Now the next one, why development of writing, why writing began in Mesopotamia. We know the first Mesopotamian tablets which we traced is around 3200 BC. It contained pictures like sign and numbers. This writing began because society needed to keep the records of transaction, that transactions involved in the city at different times by different peoples for variety of goods. Next, this writing, which started with the records of transactions, further it also enhanced the making of dictionaries, giving legal validity to the land transfer. जो जमीन खरीदते थे बेचते थे उसकी लीगल वैलिडिटी के लिए भी राइटिंग जरूरी थी. राजा ने जो कार्य किया, नरेटिंग ऑफ डिड्स ऑफ द किंग्स, एट द सेम टाइम राजा के आदेश को रिकॉर्ड करना ताकि वो कस्टमरी लॉ बने लैंड का. और शुरुआती दौर में ये जो उनका लैंड भाषा जो थी सुमेरियन, फिर चेंज होके एक्याडियंस, तो उनके जो लेटर्स थे, मैंने कहा कि उनके पिक्चर्स लाइक था जिसे साइन भी थे, नंबर भी थे, इट वाज क्यूनिफॉर्म. ठीक है. एक यहाँ पे इम्पोर्टेंट है आपका बुक में, अर्न मार्कर नाम का एक किंग था, उसने सुमेरियन एक एपिक, जैसे हमारे यहाँ एपिक है ग्रेट एपिक महाभारत रामायण, उस एपिक में लिखा. उसका इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है, तो हम उनके एपिक्स, उनके पोएम से हम एक इन्फ्लुएंस ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं कि इट वाज द किंगशिप हु ऑर्गेनाइज द राइटिंग एज वेल एज द ट्रेड. ये राजा होगा जिसने ट्रेड को ऑर्गेनाइज किया होगा, और ट्रेड डिफरेंट पीपल, डिफरेंट टाइम्स, डिफरेंट वेराइटीज इन्वॉल्व थे, तो इसलिए इसके लिए राइटिंग जरूरी हो गई. एट द सेम टाइम it was also a means of storing information and sending messages so far. यानी राइटिंग का ये भी बताता है, क्योंकि उसमें लिखा है कि वो कैसे किसी चीज को मंगाने के लिए दूर कोई व्यक्ति जा रहा है तो उसको लिख के भेजे, टैबलेट देके कि जाओ ये सामान लेकर उस राजा को देना, कि ये टैबलेट देकर वो राजा तुम्हें वो सामान देगा. Beside this writing also shows as a sign of superiority of Mesopotamian culture, urban culture, over the rest neighboring territories and culture. Okay. Now, how the urban settlement, especially the temple one, how the temple settlement emerged as an urban culture. We know the early settlers, they began to build and rebuild temples at a selected spot. जैसे गांव में होते हैं कि जो सेलेक्टेड स्पॉट होता है वो मानते हैं कि सैक्रेड प्लेस है जहाँ पे उनके स्पिरिट रहती हैं, कोई पॉजिटिव एनर्जी रहती है, कोई स्पेशल पावर्स रहते हैं, दोज प्रोवाइडेड ब्लेसिंग टू द विलेजेस. इनिशियली दे मेड द श्राइन ऑफ अनबेक्ड ब्रिक्स. अन पके हुए कच्चे ईंटों से वो पहले मंदिर बनाया, उनका गर्भगृह बनाया. फिर ये जो टेम्पल्स ग्रेजुअली फिर ब्रिक बेक से बनने लगे और ये उनके वेरियस जो गॉड्स थे, जैसे मून गॉड, उर के मून गॉड थे, जैसे हमारे यहाँ चंदा मामा बोलते हैं. मून ऑब्वियसली इनिशियली सभी लोग नेचर का वर्शिप करते थे, तो मून गॉड ऑफ उर. उसी तरह से गॉड थी इनान्ना, जिनको गॉडेस ऑफ लव एंड वॉर कहा जाता है. इस तरह से बहुत सारे लोकल गॉड्स थे और इनको ग्रेजुअली दिस गॉड वेयर फोकस ऑफ वर्शिप. और पीपल जो प्रोड्यूस होता था, चाहे एग्रीकल्चर से चाहे पेस्टोलिज्म से, एनिमल रेयरिंग. एग्रीकल्चर से मान लीजिए ग्रेन, तो दे ब्रॉट ग्रेन्स, कर्ड, fish, offer these to the god. So why? Because the god was supposed to be theoretical honor of the land, the fisheries and the herds of the local community. So the blessing of the god was very essential. And so next, the temple gradually developed other activities. For example, processing of different produce that need to be used in the temples, keeping of written records. So gradually different institutions came to develop in around the temples, and this temple developed as a main urban institutions. Now the next one, this the top next one is the technical the fertility of the Mesopotamian regions. In spite of natural fertility, agriculture like today was subjected to hazards. And these hazards were basically two. One is the natural hazard and one is the man-made hazard. So natural hazard, the natural outlet of channels of river Euphrates, sometimes they have overflooded and damage the crops. Sometimes they change their course, which led to the drought in the region where earlier she was moving on. Next, there was man-made problem also. Those who lived on the upper stream, upper part, they channelized the stretches of river water, diverted the river water to their own fields. It provided less water to the downstreams, or sometimes left those down area without water. पानी एक मेजर समस्या है दो राज्यों